Well, welcome to August Bourbon Bite-Sized Learning. It's hard to believe it's August.
No.
Where'd the summer go? Time for school to start and time to have snacks for the kiddos. So this recipe is going to fit
perfect for
with the back to school because we're going to make peanut butter oatmeal bites today.
Yum.
Yum, yum. So we are often making entrees, side dishes, salads. We don't make a lot of desserts, so we're kind of excited to have some snacks and desserts, and it's great for the kids going back to school, but it's also good for the adults.
Right, yeah.
So
something you can prep ahead and
we've got all kinds of nutritious things here as ingredients, so we'll just get right on it and get ready to roll. We're going to put a cup of peanut butter in our bowl, and honestly, I give you a trick. This didn't work because I put the peanut butter in here this morning in prepping. But if you'll run real hot water in your in your cup, before you put the peanut butter in, it'll just slide right out. And we're gonna put a 30 cup of brown sugar. This is one that you could get kids to help with.
Oh yeah.
They could, you could teach them how to pack the brown sugar because it's like making sand castles. So they kind of like that. And it's also a recipe that lends itself well to not exact measuring. So if kids are working with it and it's not exact, then we're okay.
Yeah.
We're also going to use 2/3 a cup of applesauce. I wanted you to see that I put one of these in here and it measured out exactly 1/3. So all you have to use if you have these for your lunches is to use two of these for 2/3. So we got applesauce, we've got peanut butter, we've got our brown sugar.
Sounds good already.
Yeah, all the good things.
I know.
Cinnamon, which is actually a spice that's really good for you. And 2 teaspoons of vanilla.
Yum, yum.
And then we're gonna mix those together. And my bowl's too big, I know, but this is a messy mix, so I like deep bowls that I can splash around.
Well, and if you were doing with this kid, you might want a bigger bowl too.
Good point. And it's gonna be a little bit gooey. Gooey is good. Okay, I think we've got those blended. So then we're gonna add 2 cups of oats. We're going to add some dried fruit. Now, this is another one of those places where you can use different things with it. This one is cranberries and mixed fruit. You could use raisins. Also, the one I forgot to tell you about with the applesauce, the recipe tells you can use those dark, almost gone bananas. You want them that way because you want the texture. So if you've got bananas laying around and you're wanting to get rid of them, this is a good way to get rid of it. And instead of nuts, because we worry about nut allergies and some kids are not allowed to take anything with nuts in it to school, we are using pumpkin seed. So we're gonna blend these together.
Is the peanut butter you could easily sub in. I've made these with sun butter before, which worked just as well as using the peanut butter. I like recipes like this because you can kind of tailor them to what your family likes or what you have in the cupboard. It's a great way to just throw some things in that are kind of hanging around.
The biggest thing right at this point is to get all that oatmeal blended in. I'm going to use my spatula. See what we got here. And I forgot to tell you, initially you should heat your oven to 350 and then line it with parchment paper. It's the greatest thing ever. What we did before parchment paper, it makes cleaning so much easier. Clean up. And then we're just going to dip them out onto the sheet. It is kind of important, if at all possible. If you're working with kids, it may be a little harder. But if you can get them all about the same size, because then they'll cook evenly. But there's really nothing in here that has to be cooked.
No, we actually, I made these for a program this summer, and we ran out of time and didn't have time to bake them. And so we just, they had the kids got their own little bowl. They rolled their own little bites and just like that. So.
Also, it depends on how big you could use a larger, if you want a larger cookie or a larger bite, then you could use a larger dipper or a smaller one. I'm kind of like the small ones because I feel like I don't eat as much, and I can eat them more often that way. But the kiddos will enjoy this part of it. And it's kind of like, there's a few dishes that I remember making with my mom and my grandma that I like to eat the batter. And sometimes I was supposed to, and sometimes I wasn't.
Yeah.
But this is definitely one that if they want to eat a little bit of the batter along the way.
Yeah. You don't have to worry about any raw eggs or anything in it.
We can encourage
Raw
them to just
flour
enjoy
or-
these. I'm going to trade with you.
Look how beautiful those are. And they're not even cooked yet.
They smell good too.
They smell
Peanut butter
really
smells good.
Yes.
Peanut butter smells good. And if you have a peanut, if someone in the family is allergic, I think you said you used
Sun butter.
sun butter with yours. Again, we talk about this all the time. I love the recipes that are adaptable. And the calendar recipes are really good about that. You can adjust it to your family's likes and dislikes. And that way you don't waste ingredients. Okay, we're gonna be putting these in the oven. How long will you leave them in there, Casey? I forgot.
Let's see. These are going to cook for about 12 to 16 minutes, just until the edges are slightly brown, and that it's set but not, but it's still soft. You don't want them to get real hard because then they lose that chewy consistency if you cook them too long.
I think we're about full here.
All right.
And these are probably a little large for what I would probably do normally. But it's all right, will be delicious.
Yep.
Stay tuned, we'll be back with the finished product. Well, they're done.
They are.
And they smell yummy.
They do.
So we can plate them and enjoy them. And think of all the good stuff that's in here. You've got the protein from the peanut butter. You've got a little bit of carbs from your oats.
And some fiber.
And some fiber. That's the best part of the oats. And some fruit from our cranberry. Some pumpkin seeds. I'm going to mess that one up. I'll come back to him.
A little bit more protein and fiber with the pumpkin seeds.
The pumpkin seeds.
And a crunch.
And that's something maybe you haven't tried before with your kids that you'll be surprised. It's not, I should have made a more intentional viewing. They're not like the pumpkin seeds that when we're doing jack-o'-lanterns.
no.
They're a smaller pumpkin seed.
Fun if you like to teach your kids new words. They're called pepitas.
Pepitas.
So I think that's super fun to say.
That is. New words, new foods,
That's right.
new everything.
And once these are cooled, you can store them up to 4 days in an airtight container in the fridge. So that's a great, that gets you through the week of an after school snack or a quick little on the go breakfast or throw in the lunchbox. Lots of opportunities.
So we made that recipe. We've baked 2 dozen, and we've got probably another at least half dozen in here to bake. So you'd have several for a family.
Of course, depending on how, if you made them smaller,
True.
you have even more. So
Hope you all enjoy this. This is one of those I'm hoping you'll try with your family. I say that every week, but We do have some great recipes, and try them out and see. I'd like to see some comments from you as to whether you enjoyed them or not, or whether the kiddos enjoyed working with you. But if nothing else, just try the recipe. We still have some calendars left, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
we have some
they're
calendars.
supplies getting super low, but we have some.
It's time for them to get super low because we've just got September, October, November, December. We're three-fourths through the year, so we've only got 4 months left. So we'll have 4 more Bourbon Bite-sized learnings for you to join us on the first first Friday of every month. Thanks for joining us.